why does this wire keep getting hot? Why is it getting hot right here in this area? Why does it get hot? What causes this here to get hot, and why is that? So this is the little connecting point here on this right here that connects, and a lot of times this will get hot. This is actually talking about a 12-volt system right here, what I have right here. A lot of these will come with just a little wires that sit here that we can plug we can hook it to our positive, negative. We can hook it to a switch like this, turn it on and off here. And why does this get hot? Why does this get hot? So reason why this gets hot is because when we slide this on a couple times, and then it's not a real tight fit at that point. And whenever there's not a real tight fit, it's going to cause heat. A lot of times it can make it draw more, and so we have a fuse right here, and it can pop this fuse because it's making more amperage come through that line, and it's causing it to make heat, and it can cause it to have an issue. And the more we open and close this up, and the more we take this on and off, the more likely that this is not going to be a nice snug fit and can give us an issue. And so there is a few things we can do to make sure that this does not get hot. And so that's what I'm going to show you here today, is a way that we can cut this out of the system, and the way that we can do so that it don't get hot. There is a couple of different ways we can do it. We can either use a connector like this. We can use wire nuts like so. All different kinds of things we can do. We can also use this is just the same type of connector as this right here. So I'm not going to cut this off, but where I do have this cut already, I'm going to demonstrate on here the different ways we can do it. So the first thing is we need a pair of strippers. This isn't the best pair of strippers, but it does work, and so we will use this here. So again, I'm Jason Guyman, help you grow your business, be successful, and to change your life. So the very first thing we got going on right here is with this here is this wire that comes with this here is very small wire. This is only, I believe it's like 16 gauge wire. So that means it's very small. So a lot of times you can see right here is I actually will use either 10 gauge or 12 gauge. I really like, if I have the longer run we have to the battery, the bigger the wire we need, because what happens is if we have a little wire and it goes, you know, we have a 10-15 foot run, it's just like our garden hose. If we have a 5/8 inch hose and we're trying to run our garden hose 300 feet and we have a 3/4 inch one, it's going to allow us to flow more water. It's the same thing is with electric. It does the exact same thing. So if we have a little wire like this, it's going to make it get hot. And I'll show a picture of a wire that's gotten hot, that has gotten hot, and it's probably because it was ran too long, or it went through like a connection, something like that. So the first method is we can use a wire nut. There's different kinds. You can see I got a whole bucket here, and you need to read to make sure that it will fit that wire. So this one here shows that, you know, it can do 2 18 gauge wires to 4 14 gauge wires. So it can do a lot of wires. So the very first thing is I always just try to, you can do them two different ways. You can either take them and put them both together and then just turn them like so and kind of start twisting it all already. Take the wire nut on there and twist it on there, and you're going to want to make sure that's tight, and that is the connection right there. Obviously we're not going to do a red and black wire if it's hot and pop negative, but as long as the wire is going to the same place, we will be fine at that point. So that is one way to change this out. The good thing about wire nuts is we can take it off and we can just do it that way. You can also just twist the wires like so, and this works also. Just twist them up there a little bit. put them both in there. You don't even have to twist them, and just shove them all the way up. Make sure they're all the way in the hole and start twisting it, and it will automatically twist these wires in there. And you can see that this gets pretty hard. It's not going to come off. So this is one method. I personally don't like wire nuts just because I don't know, they don't look professional. They don't keep water out very good. They let water in and all kinds of stuff. Not to say that we can't use them, but that's just one way of doing it. It's just a simple way to do it. It does work. It's just, I don't know. I think that they can fall off too easy. The next method I like to use is, so since we're using the smaller gauge wire, usually blue is the one that that we're going to use. Blue is the one we use. Yellow is for the bigger gauge wire. And basically what we need to do is just strip the wire back. We're going to set this down in there. There is a little notch in there. I'm probably not going to be able to get it close enough for you, but you're just going to slide it in there till it don't go no more. And then there's different types of pliers. We have one like this here. You also have one like so. There's all different kinds of here. But basically, you're just going to set this up here like so. And we're just going to crimp it down. Crimp it, make sure it's good and tight. You can see the wire's not coming out. You can see the crimp on there. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Slide it in.